Hello and welcome to Frank's School. It's getting to be time to just let this movie go, I think. Not talk it to death. And uh, people will, you and your students or your viewers, you'll understand what's going on, I think. I'd ask you to watch part 7 and part 8 up to the 8th minute 10th second. And that's right before Feste is about to sing, accompanying himself on a guitar. That's a good place to stop. Now, there is a mean trick pulled on Malvolio. Two things to say about that. One, I had said before I even started this, there are things about this play that I'm not so sure I like. And this is a genuinely mean trick that they do to Malvolio. You'll understand. They forge a letter so that he's tricked into thinking that Olivia actually secretly loves him. It's forgery. I mean, it's a crime, really. But in order to find the humor in this, you have to have really got a dislike for Malvolio. That's why I said that's really important. And another thing too, it only works on Malvolio because he is so full of himself. I mean, he really thinks he's great. Very famous words, some of the most famous words that come out of this play are, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. That's repeated several times. Well, anyway, it's a mean trick. The Elizabethans, I'm reminded here that they were not all good. There were dark sides to the Elizabethans. I mean, don't love them too much. Right there with the plays, Shakespearean plays, right down the street, there was bear baiting, where they'd watch basically a bear being killed by dogs. Cockfights. They tended to be pretty anti-Semitic. I mean, there are things to not like about the Elizabethans. And I think you can see it here, that they would so much get into seeing somebody abused the way he does. I don't know. It troubles me a little bit. Now, the use of the sculpture as a prop, maybe you better get ready for that before you say show that to a class. It's clever. It's kind of funny too. But anyway, be aware that's coming. Now, you'll find out that Antonio has followed. Of course, well, there's the tension that steadily. That Viola is disguised as a man, and Olivia has fallen in love with Viola, an impossibility. But you'll understand that. It doesn't really need explaining. You won't catch every word, not by any means. Then when it jumps to the scene jumps, and we find out that Antonio has followed Sebastian to Illyria, but it's at risk to himself, because he's sort of like a wanted man because of his success in a war against Illyria earlier. So he's followed him at risk, but that's how much he's devoted to this young man, that he wants to be like his companion. There's a joke which you might or might not get. Sebastian isn't tired, and he wants to walk around the town like a tourist. He wants to see the sights and find out the history and stuff. And the camera shows you Baedeker's, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Illyria. Well, that's a famous set of tourist books, modern day. If you want to buy a guidebook for Switzerland, say, I have one somewhere around, that really goes into the art and in detail, and the buildings and stuff. Well, there's the guide for it. So he's got that one. He's ready to be a tourist. And now I'd ask you to stop before Feste begins his song. That's right toward the end of part 8. See you tomorrow.